accomplish here before I inevitably go down in a glorious fireball of cancel culture?
The people I know that are on it are Bobby. I mean, his name is either Bobby Ashley or Bobby Lashley, and I really should know that. He's like this giant black guy, and he and the people who are part of his crew, I know that they called, or at least as of last year, they called themselves the Hurt Business.
Hurt Business?
The Hurt Business. Right? They wear
Angle.
suits. And they're like,
okay.
we're cool. Like, we're like...
People aren't built tough anymore. They aren't built to grind. They're built weak, soft. They're used to second place trophies.
In the history of this company. Let's fucking go!
jaBROni, jaBROni, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the jaBROnis presented by bodyslam.net. I am Topher McCann, joined with your newly crowned jaBROni World Champion. Give it up for Mr. Mike Butler.
Thank you.
A triple threat. We had Mr. Purple. You were defending against Canada at the same time.
Yeah, you know, it was not a easy. I headed in there with zero confidence whatsoever, especially after Mike, Mr. Purple, he just like nunchucked our brains last week with all this sense that he has, and just we both thought that we were gonna have to ship this bad boy to Canada, but one more for the U.S. of A. Huh? All right.
He did sway. I mean, I kind of agree with him on the Jericho Appreciation Society. But besides that, I felt like at Swerve Lee, you guys both got me on. I wanted Luchasaurus, and then I ended up going for Hobbs and Stark. So
your guns,
my guns would have still not have done it.
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't have done much.
The Hardys and that Hardys match was the
really was it because.
That was like the turn once. That was the one where I
was so concerned about the Britt Baker one.
Because I went with you on that because it just seemed, and especially once you saw her attire, you were like, yeah. This is what we're doing.
I mean, yeah, if we were live betting, I feel like this would have been a whole different story. But that's not how we roll here. So, you know, four times, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it right now. I mean. Like the last time I won this thing, I lasted a week with it, and what do you know? We have another pay-per-view to do, so that's pretty wild.
Yes, we have.
I'm not going to get too comfortable with this one.
We have Hell in a Cell on Sunday, and we will be back Friday to do a prediction show for Hell in a Cell.
Yes,
but we needed to talk about this. We got slushy drinks here.
Yeah,
so you bought for and new.
Mm-hmm.
Also, first before we talk into it, if you notice right below me, I have something there. Tony Khan's personal ice guy. It kind of got leaked on the internet. I didn't know he was actually going to say my name, but it did get out there. I got the clip here. I don't know if you might have to turn it up a little bit, but he
listen close.
He exposed. I need
an ice bath. Do we have like a big tub of ice?
Yeah, I think so. Topher, can you get CM Punk an ice bath, please? Thank you, my good friend. Topher's a big part of production. Great job, everybody.
It's my good friend there. So yes, guilty.
You know, we need everybody who thinks that we're WWE homers over here. We literally got a guy over here just icing the balls of CM Punk essentially after every pay-per-view.
I was right there. I was like, I got you, Tony. I got your ice.
And then weren't answering my texts.
Yeah, I just doing a nice thing. No big deal. Warwick, what's up? What's going on? But yeah, I needed to. CM Punk needed ice. He kept demanding things throughout that whole press conference. I don't know if we should talk. The press conference in itself was fantastic. I don't even know where to begin. Last time we recorded was Thursday. We made our predictions, and with about 48 hours later, the whole MJF with the whole fan fest not showing up, airplanes, people talking about, certain wrestling journalists saying that they are confirmed that there is a ticket booked for people to leave, and it was all this great stuff from all the people that want to be involved in wrestling so much.
Yes. Yeah. Just I mean, you know, hey, we've been dealing with it now for what? 3 weeks now, somebody walking out of their goddamn job. And I don't know about everybody else. You know, there obviously you're going to get the people that were cheering on Sasha and Naomi and then not cheering on MJF. You're going to have the people that weren't cheering on Sasha and Naomi and then were cheering on MJF. I myself am going to stick to my guns here. Although this one's a little bit confusing because I don't know if he did or not. You don't walk out on your audience. He walked out on a fanfare, but he still showed up to his pay-per-view. You know, and if he was getting paid for that, which I'm sure he was, if he was getting paid and your fans bought tickets and stuff, you got to show up. I don't care. You got to show up. You know, that's just me. You have to show up. If fans, like, it goes back to you saying the stuff about your hypothetical Sasha Banks situation.
Oh, hypothetical Lydia from Norfolk, Virginia.
Yes, it goes all the way back to that. You know, this was literally kind of that in a non-hypothetical situation.
Oh man, if I had, I don't know. Again, and I'm not going to say it because I'm not a meet and greet type of gal, but if hypothetical Mark Toph was at the fan fest and paid hundreds of dollars to meet a man younger than hypothetical me for some reason,
That's a good point.
I guess I would be upset. I would be.
You have to be.
So yeah, in that sense, the walking out on the audience thing, yeah, it's not good. And then there's the whole the work. It's not a work. It's a shit. It's a work. It's a shit.
And then the fact that he showed up, man, kicked that whole shit into high gear. I'm just like, I don't think a lot of news outlets or wrestling outlets would report on a work. And if they did report on a work, I feel like they would report that it's a work, like they usually do. So
not
all. I'm going to say not all.
Well, just to say,
Reputable.
as being a guy who was in the room, since Ice Guy, in a room of everybody who just seemed to want to be friends with Tony Khan and anybody on the podium, except I believe the Nick Hossman guy, Wrestling Gang, I believe he asked the MJF question. Kudos. Yes, of course it was going to be
very
asked.
awesome. Everyone at Wrestling Inc.'s banging, and especially Nick.
You need to ask that question. He even said that, like, everyone wants me, and he instantly shut that down. It's just like, all right, you're not going to answer a question about the star of your company. I don't care about CM Punk sitting next to you, and he's your champion. That's great. MJF is the star of your company. You're not going to answer any questions about that. Okay. That's fine. But besides that, then, somebody asked a question about CM Punk in the locker room with people, how, like, being a leader and people not wanting him to be there. That was probably the only other good question asked in this entire thing. And every other one, like, I think Alvarez at some point literally said, and I like Alvarez, he basically just said, like, Jericho, like, oh, you're awesome. That's what it reminded. I was like, wow, he just said that you're awesome. Like, isn't this why'd you raise your hand to tell him he's awesome? What are we doing here?
Still trying to work out the camera, basically sucking dick, essentially. No, Alvarez is a good dude. I just hate who he hosts show with.
Who, the Melts?
Yeah, the Schmelty.
Yeah.
He's got just as much right to be doing what he's doing than I do.
I feel like certain people, I guess they're just like roller coasters. Like Alvarez to me is very likable.
Yeah.
So
Cool,
that to
number
me,
one.
so when I see him or see clips of him, Alvarez doesn't bother me. Meltzer really doesn't bother me that much either. He's just kind of like
maybe it's not Melcher. Maybe it's his following. I hate his following, but I mean, like the fact that he's like a homer, and I feel like this should be a very biased job that he should be doing, considering his following, and it's not that biased.
His fumbling over words is funny too. Like that. Like anytime you're listening to Meltzer, it's that. But hey,
look, we're not here to bury anybody. Okay?
The guy's been involved with wrestling for a very long time. More of these recent, a couple of these younger children that are asking these questions. It just seems like they're waiting for this thing to end so they can get a selfie with the person on the podium.
Fair point.
But
I don't know. I feel like you're referring to a specific situation. I told you I did not watch the scrum. I barely made it through the pay-per-view. So.
Oh yeah, no. It's just the same. You're same old. They want to be the star of the show. They're there, and they want you to know they're there, and they hopefully their name gets said, and it'll be so exciting. But we had a tweet. So after this pay-per-view was done, there was a media scrum, and I hopped on to the official AEW scrum, and it was like 45 minutes in of just saying like, we're starting soon. So I'm kind of dozing off, and I start hearing like, oh, God damn it. This fucking, and I just start going, whoa. I pop up, and Tony Khan's just going, jiu-jitsu gym. Media calls.
My man. See, I like media calls when they're like, not weird, I guess.
It's still the same.
The WWE ones are boring. The AEW ones are just over the top. There's no in between. Because when the WWE does them, they're like about like financial shit. Like I don't feel like spending an hour.
Quarterly, yeah,
that kind of shit. Now, if WWE did a media scrum like AEW, maybe that would be interesting.
I'm sure. Honestly, I feel like it might happen soon.
Like, I mean, I remember WrestleMania 30. They did these like post-match press conferences. I remember watching The Shield. I don't know if Daniel Bryan had one. I think Cena had one, and I was like fucking into it. Like, oh, this is cool. Like they're treating it like it's actually meaning something. I don't know why they don't do that. I really don't. And then like when Cody came in, Cody had the presser after he debuted, like the Monday afternoon. I thought that was awesome.
But he gets his Cody countdown. Oh my God. Did we get a Cody countdown on Monday? Not this year's time.
We got the championship contenders countdown.
Oh, they love their countdown clocks. And they love their
championship
contenders.
They feel, because in the first 2 weeks, it really worked. You know, everyone tuned in when that countdown went down to 0 for Cody. Now, hey, why not try it for the biggest match of the night?
Goddamn right.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know. I know the ratings results. Not that I'd like to pay attention to them, but I know they were delayed because of the holiday. So
holiday.
I have a feeling that it did not work because this was not the greatest episode of Raw.
Oh no,
which we will get into.
We will. But back to Tony Khan's going off on this media scrum. I skip back a little bit, get a little screen record going, pop a little message in there, shoot the tweet out into the Twitterverse, and we went viral. We went viral with a tweet on the jaBROnis pod. Go follow at jaBROnis pod.
Good people over there.
Yeah. So let's check it out. What happened?
That we won the Friday Night War. Just ask Jerry McDivitt because he fucking wrote it.
Hey.
And this guy won it versus Matt Sydal, who's a great wrestler. He had another goddamn great match on
right, I
Friday
won.
night.
I
This
won.
fucking guy, he fucking did the Friday Night War. He did the first dance. He's done the record Double or Nothing. He did the record All Out in his debut. He was a big part of a record Full Gear, a great match with Eddie Kingston, and he wrestled a bunch of young guys, a bunch of veterans in between there. Will Hobbs, Daniel Garcia, goddammit. And then he showed up, did the biggest program in terms of everything, TV, box ever with MJF, and then he did the goddamn main event here. He's the biggest part of financial success in the history of this company. Let's fucking go!
Oh my God! And then we got a part. He helped the new intro for the show. What? What? What is going on, man?
Like, I understand. Like, I get being hyped about your product.
Agreed,
bro. Like, I'd probably be hyped too, but shut the fuck up. What the fuck is the Friday Night War? Did I miss that whole thing?
The FS1, man, 15 minutes extra.
That's what that was? Because nobody gave me an answer on that.
Dude, kids are gonna learn about this in history class, man.
Yes, the Friday Night Wars. How 15-minute overlap destroyed the WWE.
On FS1.
Off. Shut up. Worry about your own product. What else did he say this week about
Money in the Bank?
Yeah. Like, shut the fuck up. At least WWE has proven they can sell out a stadium. I don't want to hear about, they got a 50-year head start or whatever. Who gives a shit? He's bringing it in. He's bringing that shit up. If you're going to bring it up, if you can dish it out, you better be able to take it. That's what I'm saying.
And then with this tweet I had him muted for a little bit, put it back on nonstop. And it's so funny, like, seeing these people argue with it, and you're tagged in.
You're just watching it.
Everything.
You're just watching it.
So at some point I was going to say, like, maybe later on before we go, we could scroll. Like, some of the comments are insane. Just scrolling through it, people fighting, and it was nonsense. And again, it all came back to even like I didn't really respond to much. Because I didn't like, people were saying the passionate thing or who's making, like, I think someone insinuated or like making fun. I was just like, no, this is what this all is. This is making, like, I made a joke. This was a joke, like, because the misplaced, goddamn, it's the fucking, if you look at CM Punk for the entire thing, it's one of the funniest.
It's like bullshit. Like, that's the thing. He just smiled and nodded, like, as any of us would probably do. We're not going to get up and be like, yo, Tony, why don't you chill the fuck out for a minute, all right? You let him go. You let him make a fool of himself. You let the cocaine talk. And then, you just smile and nod. And you're goddamn right, Jim. You don't disrespect the greatest promoter in wrestling. I'm assuming he's meaning Vincent Kennedy McMahon, of course.
Yeah, we never disrespect VKM.
I love VKM. He's dumb sometimes, but I love him.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, I work for TK, so I gotta go where my bread.
You're unbiased, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, my bread is buttered there, but I could still say, "Whoa, man, some misplaced goddammits." And he said, like, with the Matt Sydal part, like, Punk so sarcastically, you could just tell, like, I beat him. Like, you should.
I want to know. I want like a show of hands of how many people remember that match. Because I don't remember a Punk Sydal match.
It was like, wasn't it like Rampage?
When?
It was like,
if it was on Rampage, then there you go. I don't watch Rampage.
It was on Dynamite or Rampage in like after he debuted. Like, it was. I remember it happened.
You never know when Rampage is on. Is it 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30? I don't know.
It depends if there's a hockey game on or if there's NBA on. I mean, there's a 21% chance.
They got a bad rap. They got a bad rap. I mean,
that was he said about the Game 7 stuff. Did you hear that? The press, you didn't see it. 21% chance there would be a Game 7.
I can't blame him for that. I can't blame him. I mean, I would try to not schedule it on a potential Game 7, but I mean, it's like, how far in advance do they have these things scheduled?
Go to Saturday, man. I see a lot of people saying that online, and I really was a fan of it. And WWE tried it a couple times. I like the Saturday pay-per-view.
I like
really
the Saturday
do.
pay-per-view too. I do. I like the Saturday pay-per-view.
Because Sundays are always, you got those Monday scaries coming, the Sunday scare. Yeah, you don't.
Well, yeah, especially for the people who like are lucky enough to have a Monday through Friday job. They don't want to spend Sunday night watching a pay-per-view, staying up late when they have to be at work Monday morning. You know?
It was cool. We were off the next day, but it always seems like I was at a little family gathering, and then you have to like 7:00. This show's gonna be on for like the next 15 hours. I have to watch it, and it's like I don't even know is Father's Day randomly. It's like it always seems like when there's a little family gathering, there's some kind of like pay-per-view that night always, and I'm always like drifting off, and I'm drifting off and watching Hookhausen. I gotta see my man Danhausen get the pin.
How was that? I was at a Memorial Day barbecue. How was that match?
It literally was exactly what you thought. Like, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. And it was.
Did Hook take care of it for most of the match?
Yeah, it wasn't really. I mean, Mark Sterling got a suplex in there, I know, on Danhausen. I didn't like that at some point, but
that's downright burial.
But that started off the show. And then the main card kicked off with MJF. And I might be biased here, but one of the best entrances in AEW history, besides CM Punk's debut. It doesn't count. This was it. The amount of time it took for him to come out was perfect.
Yeah, it did definitely had me on the edge of my seat. I tuned in on my phone for this moment. Definitely had me on the edge of my seat, and I would say that I was a little shocked that he showed up. Not gonna lie,
because you thought maybe like, hey, they're gonna do this whole WWE thing. They're gonna promote this match after pulling it off Twitter.
I
YouTube.
I thought Shawn Spears was gonna come out, and I thought we were gonna get Wardlow versus Shawn Spears. I really did.
But we're dealing with professionals here, Michael. We're dealing with Maxwell Jacob Freeman, and he showed up to work because they were all there.
Now,
everyone was there.
Do you think that the match was always going to be a squash? Because I always thought that it should have been a squash. Even before all this happened, I was like, Wardlow should really fucking squash him. Do you think it was always going to be a squash, or do you think it was because of what happened that he got powerbombed 10 times?
No, I think that because they teased the power bombs multiple times with different people throughout the past month and a half. I think, honestly, if I had to think again, this is just like the Hook. Like, if I thought about how this match would go, that was it. Everything about it. He added so many, like him doing the airplane thing in the middle of the ring and getting up there and going like that is one, like, I gave myself goosebumps. Just, I thought it was one of the greatest moments in AEW history. Like, all people out there who are legitimately upset by this, like, he's good. Like, this has been called out. I mean, wasn't there 2 weeks ago he said he called it the American Cody, the American roller coaster, Cody Rhodes. We don't want to talk about 2024. The guy in the back doesn't want to talk about. Don't worry about that. And he did an impression of him. Like, we don't talk. Like, you could tell he was like mocking Tony, and that had to get approved.
I don't know anymore with MJF. I really don't.
And that's the thing. He's like so good. If I was talking to Dob Malin, another body slam brother of ours, and I was saying, if I was doing all of this, everything that's happened so far would have been part of the plan. This would have all been planned out. He already is paid by AEW, and he plays this whole thing up saying, I'm going to go there. And at the end of all these shenanigans, when he signs there, I think it's going to look it's going to make it look bigger. And he's such a fan of the product, Tony Khan, that I could see this being, again, like a guy planned out his first 4 champions. You don't think he can plan out one of his hit the biggest star in the company and plan a storyline around it? He should be treated like an NFL free agent. That's what I was telling Dom. I was like, he's like the NFL. Like you hold out, and then you want, like, that's how big he is. Like, I think he deserves Roman Reigns money. I think he's one of the.
Would you say he is top 3 sports entertainers?
Yes, right now, currently, yeah, dude. And even if you go back to their champion CM Punk, and no offense to him, in every feud he's been in so far, the other person has been fantastic in the feud. And if not to say better. Darby Allin, yeah. Eddie Kingston, yeah. MJF, yeah. Hangman, maybe not so much.
Fair point there. I am not 100% convinced that MJF is leaving anywhere. I personally feel like MJF is staying. Not to say that this is all a work, but I think Tony Khan has to be somewhere in that coked head of his. There is a brain cell that is like, yo, bro, you gotta keep this motherfucker, because he is the hottest athlete right now in sports entertainment / wrestling / whatever the fuck you want to call it. He's the hottest athlete out there right now. I mean, if it's really about the money, and if that's because MJF has said that that's where he's gonna go. If it's really about the money, WWE's got a shot here. Really does, and especially if you're watching the WWE and if you're in the AEW locker room, and there's been all these reports about how there's a lot of people who have contracts coming up that kind of want to see if the grass is greener on the other side. Especially after watching the way Cody has been presented on WWE TV. You never know. If money's the issue for MJF, maybe WWE's got the edge there, I guess.
And that's the thing, man. You see the guy he grew up watching WWE, having WWE titles. He wants to have those matches with Reigns, Rollins. He wants.
You can't tell me that those matches won't fucking slap. MJF versus Dolph, MJF versus Seth, MJF versus Roman, MJF versus Cody. Oh my god!
And that alone,
probably versus Braun Breaker at that point.
They're gonna throw the bank at him, and I mean, if I
got the internet talking about things that they just had 2 people in their own company did. And he showed up to work still. He didn't like it, but he showed up to work still. I think that may say a lot. I don't know if they're going to go back when the time comes to negotiate. I don't know if they're going to look back and be like, at this moment, and use that, but it's very interesting. It's a very interesting thing to pay attention to.
Their main event was CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page for the AEW World Championship. The only thing talked about all weekend was MJF. Mainly, and not to say CM Punk came out at the presser first, but as soon as he was gone, it was the first question asked was, because you can't ask about MJF because they brought Punk out immediately, was MJF, and that's still what was talked about afterwards. There was a meeting between the two. That
was supposed to happen like today, I think. Actually,
yeah, this is what it was. He's the star of this.
And
company.
I think they'll. I don't know if it actually happened today, but whatever that does happen, I think they hammer out some of their issues. I feel like that's kind of where the Band-Aids start to get put on. I think they both realize what needs to be done. I would be shocked if something doesn't get worked out. I I do have a question of I know Tony's not all about like cutting and releasing, but like if this guy's that much trouble, why not suspend him? Why not cut him? Why not release him? Stuff like that.
Well, as of now, I mean, they wrote him off television.
Right, yeah. But again, were they going to do that before all this? Were they not?
And that's the
They
thing,
like to give people breaks, which,
Oh, I love this stupid shit.
I like that they give people breaks. It brings them in fresh when they come back. And
it's a big return. Like
I'm pretty excited for somebody who was never watching. Like I never watched Kenny Omega before AEW. So for somebody who's never watched Kenny Omega before AEW, I'm real fucking pumped to see Kenny Omega return whenever that is. That's going to be exciting. And I can't wait for that.
I agree. And I've watched Omega before AEW, and he's been gone for a while. And yeah, it's like, in my mind, it's like, all right, well, he's probably, I mean, that seems like the match. I don't know when we're doing it, but that seems
Punk Omega?
Yeah. That seems like, does that not seem like the next?
Look, you're going to get a lot of matches. I think you're going to get a rematch with Paige. They'd be dumb if they didn't do Punk and Danielson. They'd be dumb if they didn't do Punk and Moxley. They'd be fucking.
They'll probably do a couple of them in between, yeah. But it's.
If I'm like looking out Punk's reign right now, I mean, he's probably going to have the title for kind of close to a year, I would say. I would think.
Like you just said, there's a lot of, I mean, I don't
There's
know.
a lot of possibilities I feel like you can't miss on, including another match with MJF.
Does Jericho get somehow put?
I don't think so because he's openly said that he's just wrestled Jericho so much that he doesn't need to do it again. I don't think we see that. And if it does happen, I don't think it needs to be for the title.
Do you see Jericho being AEW champion anymore?
Nah.
I don't think so either.
Nah. They got too many. He was the perfect first champion for the company.
He really was. And I remember I wanted Hangman to win even then because I just was, I mean, he was just so over on BT at the time. And it was just, little did we know, it was just beginning. But I remember like wanting him, but you just knew deep down inside that it was going to be Jericho. And then Jericho went on to just, I mean, the backstage, the bubbly, it went on to still, I don't know. He said Hangman had the great, I still think Jericho had one of the best title reigns, honestly.
I would like to pay attention to some of these comments here.
No, I wanted to mention, I'm sorry, we'll get the first one first. I did want to mention that.
Well, hold on. Since we're on MJF, I feel MJF asked for forgiveness and never permission. Sometimes, James, that is the better way, I feel like, to go sometimes. And that's with like any situation. Any situation. You know what? If I want to buy that brand new TV and my wife's not a fan of the idea, you know what? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
And if I want to have sex with that hooker,
kick me out of the house? Fuck.
Yeah. Just like the hooker in AC. If I want to have sex with her real quick, she's going to have to accept it.
Exactly.
2 people dropped out because I said that. What the hell?
Really? Bitch. God damn it. I knew you were going to do this.
Dude, see, that's the right way to say God.
Too far.
Yeah. See, that's the right way to say God damn it. Unlike Tony Khan.
No more fun. Back to beer.
He fought.
Damn it.
God damn it, Matt Sydal. And he fought. God damn it, the first AEW. And
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
There's not even a push championship anymore. What am I doing?
I know. Yeah, I told Dom that we relinquished it the other day. So that might pop up when they do a show in like 2024. We got another one here. How do you guys feel about the length of their pay-per-views? Do you think it's passable because they have so little pay-per-views?
Wasn't a fan of this length.
Well, this one was, they said that he bought the extra hour because did he assume that Martha Hart was going to go on
and hijack the show with a big ass speech?
Like she was going to have a 30-minute diatribe and just like sit down like Punk and drop a big
I can just tell
Bomb.
listening to her speech that she didn't know what the fuck she was gonna say. So,
She
and
was
what
like,
did it even last as long as he thought to necessitate an extra hour of pay-per-view time?
I have no idea. It was like, all right, thanks for having this
And
tournament
also,
where
you didn't need some of those matches on the pay-per-view. Like, I'm pretty sure we could have watched KOR and Darby on Dynamite.
this is true.
I
Also,
feel like
the sharpshooter. I'm sorry. The sharpshooter was
Ruby?
used so many. Does anybody know how to do a sharpshooter anymore? It was ridiculous. This tournament was honoring Owen Hart. And we had 2 heels win it. We had like 3 bot sharpshooters throughout the entire night, and someone stretchered off. I don't know how we're showing any
who got stretchered?
MJF.
Oh. I thought you meant in the matches.
No, not in the just overall as the pay-per-view. I mean, it's not a good shedding of light, to Over the Edge 99, but we're just showing comparisons. We had someone stretchered out. We have
more people drop out after that comment.
There's negative people in here now. But no, like you have I at least thought maybe, but after the way Ruby got the treatment on Rampage, because everyone loves Chris Statlander apparently, and I did not know it was like 4:30 when Rampage was on. I didn't even know it was on. I was having dinner and it was already over. But people apparently did not like that. So as soon as I heard that, I remember we made our predictions Thursday. And even though it wasn't for a much, I was like, no, I'm going to Britt now, because it just like they're not going to like force it and make Ruby Soho win and like force the one face win. I feel like they don't give a shit. So I was right. They didn't give a shit, and they gave it to Britt and Adam Cole, which was the right decision. The titles look great. I thought they looked awesome. Hey.
I'm not a fan of, I said on Twitter, I'm not a fan of giving people titles if they're not going to defend them. Give them a trophy.
But I don't know. Something like that. Andre the Giant thing sometimes, like, it's like, it's something for the personal person.
Yeah.
To throw on a mantle. And
all right, I get you.
I guess the next year, I don't know, maybe each year they do some kind of cool design, or it always looks like that every year. I don't know. If that case, maybe you do a trophy, but I don't know. It's switch up. There's trophies all the time.
I rescind my opinion. You convinced me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the mantle thing is the only thing I thought of.
But
like,
that means you just have to be on board with Braun Strowman's greatest Royal Rumble belt.
Yeah, and he's always going to be the greatest Royal Rumble champion.
That won the greatest Royal Rumble.
And it can't be taken from him. And Alberto Del Rio won what, the 40-man Royal Rumble? And
but that don't matter because Braun won the greatest Royal Rumble,
and that was 50.
That was 50.
Yeah, so it doesn't. It just chumps it immediately.
Yeah.
All right. What we talked about? What matches? So we were kind of just randomly.
You want to go through this Hardy Young Bucks mess? Because that's another one I didn't get to see, and I would like to.
There's a lot of people talking on social media during the match about Jeff looked a little bit out of it for a while. I remember I was texting you saying, it looks a little bit out of it, but I remember texting you being like, the Hardys definitely look like they're going to win this match the way it was going, the way that they were kicking out of everything. I heard people say it was better than their ROH match at Supercard before they debuted at Mania. I didn't think that, but it was good. I didn't think the outcome was what it should have been either. I thought there's a better story to tell with the Bucks winning, but if you're going to put the titles on the heart after the match, though, I mean, I just didn't seem like the Hardys.
Sorry, whoa, you just shocked me. Do you think that they're putting the titles on those guys?
That's the only reason they would win, is to maybe put them in somewhat of a title contention, I feel. Because if not, it doesn't really make sense for them to win. They're getting old, man. If you're going to throw titles on them, go ahead. Do your little Expedition of Gold now. Get it out of your system.
Okay. I respectfully, kindly, I disagree.
I would have made them lose, and they don't need the tag titles. You already have the tag titles on someone who they shouldn't really have them anymore. So
What?
I don't know. Hey, I love Jungle Boy, but it's like,
Oh God, I'm sorry. No, you're right. No, you're right. Again, slushy beer getting to me.
so
Thought
see,
thought FTR were the champs just because they're the best motherfucking thing going. So
left off the card.
my bad.
Reminder, I went and got alcoholic slushies. I dropped the title off to Michael, and I gave him a slushie too, because usually we exchange the title, we buy each other drinks, we
Yeah.
have some fun, but he needed to have the title for the episode today.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was left out in the sun or not, but my hands are starting to smell like very cheap leather, and it's pretty wild. That's why you see me like sniffing sometimes, because it's like, what is that? I feel like it's on fire.
I'll hose it down when I get it back on Sunday. But
So unfair.
ooh, can we just screw it and talk let's watch this. Yeah, so when he missed the first one, I instantly, while watching it, inside of me was just like so nervous, because when it gets messed up, they're going to try to like set it up again and try to do it again. So I just saw like slowly where it was working with him getting outside the ring again. I was just like, oh no. And I had that feeling that he cannot do this buckshot. He struggled with it before.
Hasn't he done it though?
He did it like 2 weeks ago, but he struggled when he did it.
I mean, like, yeah, like you're I don't know how long into the match that was, but
Yeah.
it looked like it was pretty deep into the match. So,
I would say one of the comments in the our tweet, the guy said, "Does anyone have the CM Punk buckshot video?" And I quote tweeted it, and I was like, "Yep." And I had this clip, and then he said like, "Oh yeah," and it was just like I commented, I was like, "Yeah, it happens. He was tired. It's just one of those things. It happens."
and that's like a very odd, it's kind of the part of a move that doesn't need to be in the move.
because
like-
he ended up getting up and doing the move.
Well, like the whole thing, it's like, all right, so Jericho used to put the walls of Jericho on people on the table. Like, why? Does it hurt more? No. What does the flip do?
It's
Does it
for
hurt more?
it's for
Get momentum?
it's theater. It's
I understand.
the look. It's
But I'm
the
a dumbass who doesn't know what wrestling is.
That's true. It's the AJ Styles on the outside of the rope, the elbow.
Well, hold on now.
No, you can't.
He pulls down the elbow elbow pad so it hurts more. He springboards off the top rope so he gets more velocity. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the velocity. But in that case, why don't do a springboard and not a fucking front flip?
I'm not gonna shit. When Hangman does it, he does it where it looks like it flips and then he springs up and it gives him more momentum than a normal clothesline.
Okay.
But the way when like Punk did it, I mean, if you do it, it has to be. There's no really like almost. It would have been better if he like just fell down and didn't do the clothesline getting back up and just been like he's tired, like or something, and then maybe those boos wouldn't. I don't know. They booed like crazy after that second one. I was cracking up. I had a lot of fun with it.
God, I need to rewatch it. I need to rewatch like the second half of the show.
Oh man, what else happened? I hated the finish of the Jade Anna Jay match, which included a move off the top rope in which Anna Jay had to like voluntarily climb all the way up and put her feet on the top rope, and I don't know the way it was. And just like the way of the Brit match with Tony Storm holding the rope at the end, it didn't look right to me, and it was just off. Besides that, I mean, the length of the show, which going back to, I mean, you bought the extra time. The matches were not necessary. Definitely, I mean, I would have been cool with the 11 matches. The buy-in literally until 7:45 was video promos that they already put on their countdown show a day
rather
prior.
them just fill that time up with interviews with everyone competing in the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was just a video package. It was just a video package all the way until 7:40 something, your first match, and then, I mean, I don't know. We got to see. Where's this leave now with? Is Britt Baker going after Jade then? Because we can't have her in Thunder again.
See,
at some point, I mean, I know she's got Athena now. We had debuted.
Athena debuted, so I feel like Athena may be involved in that somehow, which you don't seem too thrilled about.
That's fine, but I just don't see like what you can't do. I'm more.
Can I just say I can't get over the fact that you look like a giant floating head with hands.
Yeah, I know. It's a dark background.
Pretty wild to me right now. Just very, very.
Should I take my shirt off?
No,
all
right,
all right, cool.
Keep it on. That's
all right, fine. That's fine. All right. Oh no! Yeah, pull it down.
Did that just happen?
Here, we'll pull it. Yeah.
Whoa. That. All right, so you're an actual whole body. Okay. No, man, I was getting confused for a minute. Wow, what timing? That's fantastic.
Look at that. I just don't. There's a bad paint job behind me, so I throw the blanket up. Also for sound, but whatever. I'm exposed now.
Whoa. That was crazy.
But yeah, it wasn't more of a, because as soon as Britt won the tournament, I was like, well, what does this lead into now? Since like Britt doesn't need to like be in contention for something. She was just the champion recently. So
I feel like the story between her and Soho is not done.
She lost twice to her, and Soho looked like a chump.
I understand. I just feel like that's not done. I understand. I just feel like it's not done. I feel like the babyface needs her comeuppance, and what better way to do it than in a meaningless match?
Yeah, finally. All right, and then what?
Will not get hurt by it.
It's 2-1 with your rivalry. I think maybe a babyface win in the tournament maybe would have worked out a little bit better. But again, Ruby Soho is not the people like her music.
But Owen Hart spent almost his entire career as a heel. So
this is true.
That's true. Stupid. That's a stupid thought. I see that on Twitter that he spent his entire career as a heel. So heels should win. That's dumb.
No, I mean, you split it up, but I mean, I feel like you needed, I don't know. I'm not a Ruby Soho fan, so.
I'm not a Rancid fan either.
Yeah, and I mean, Britt Baker, she's cool. She's all right. I mean,
I love Britt Baker. Britt Baker.
I just think right now it's just, I'm looking for again in this AEW women. They had a lot of time. They had on the card. Julie Hart had her little.
Yeah, they had to fill the fucking card up. So yeah, they're gonna get their time when there's no commercials. Absolutely, it's a goddamn shame.
I'm trying to think anything else.
Britt Baker be given the most time. Britt Baker is the best women's wrestler / sports entertainer in the world, in my opinion.
We need some people for. Where's Abaddon?
You know what? Adam Cole. Guess what? Probably one top 3 best wrestlers / sports entertainers in the world.
You know what's really sad? If I stop my camera, it shows the old picture of me with all the belts.
That looks so terrible. It's awful.
The good old days.
I may be just giving Adam Cole love just because I watched a whole bunch of his streams this morning.
Chugs?
I watched a PGA 2021 stream with him and
he's playing golf.
Swiss, and then he was playing Fall Guys too. He's pretty funny.
We need to go golfing.
Yeah, Top Golf just opened, so
I know we need to go and just get drunk. I'm not good either. I did it for like 2 years, but still.
I'm good on the Oculus. I have the Oculus. I'm good on the Oculus. They have Top Golf on there.
Ooh, this needs to happen. I'm always watching so much goddamn wrestling all the time. Do we have to watch wrestling tonight?
No,
it's Tuesday.
NXT.
No.
Yeah, it's NXT. It's NXT. We don't watch that crap. Come on now.
My God. Well, is Tony D'Angelo going to be on there? Because if Tony D'Angelo is, I'll watch a clip on YouTube tomorrow.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know everybody.
Tony D'Angelo is the man, dude. Don't worry. When he comes up to the main roster and they ruin him and change his name, you'll figure out who he is. What else about Double or Nothing should we talk about?
Let's see. All right. So, I took some risks during the prediction show. So, Wardlow versus MJF. I'm just going to say I was pretty confident that Wardlow was going to win, especially after the MJF situation. So I was like, oh, cool. Want to know.
We stuck to our guns with that. Yeah. We didn't switch.
No, absolutely. Then the Hardys and the Bucks, I didn't watch. So I was kind of like pacing back and forth, drinking a lot. And then you texted me saying the Hardys won. So I was like, oh, bet. Okay, this is great. I'm just walking you through what my night consisted of and my thought process. And then I guess Jade happened, and obviously I didn't pay attention because I knew she was going to win. It's like, all right, cool, 3-0, banging. When's it going to end? And then what is this? The House of Black, and which match of the night, by the way, House of Black, Death Triangle.
You hit weren't you on hit the first
that's 4-0 right there. And then what do we got? We got Samoa Joe and Adam Cole. Got Adam Cole, right? Banging 5-0. It's at this point where I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
And that's what I was like.
Like, what the fuck's going on? This is an AEW pay-per-view, something I limit myself to watching. And I'm banging everyone out. Boom, Cole wins. What's up? And then I see Britt Baker with the gear on, and after Adam Cole's gear, I was like, there's no chance Britt Baker loses this. So, boom, I win that one.
Can I say at this point so far, I had pre-drafted the tweets. Those tweets with the scores were before the match.
Ones that have you winning?
No, the only one that I did beforehand and I thought might have not happened was Darby Allin, I'll say. I had that ready for Darby Allin to win because I was kind of surprised by that. But besides that, every single match I had pre-written and ready to just as soon as the match ended, just
so smart.
Tweet and just I did the math already.
Then
so I was
fucking.
What was after that?
This fucking 6-person tag match with America's Top Team and fucking who?
Sammy, Tay, and Frankie.
I thought this was a mess. I really did. I didn't. Paige Van Zandt obviously is green. She showed it.
Dude,
I hate Guevara and Teconti, but I think that's because they do their job, and maybe not because I actually hate them. But either way, I got that one right. Sup. Now I'm still undefeated. Then this Darby and Kyle O'Reilly match, which I was on the edge of my seat with because that's this is where I'm getting into uncharted waters.
That was it.
That was where I was going.
Because you had 3 or 4 on O'Reilly, and I had 9 or 8 on Darby. And at that point, I texted you. I was like, "Yo, my only path to victory was I needed to win out, including I needed I think at that time I switched Hobbs and Starks." I think everything else worked out for me, but you had one more point on Thunder Rosa than me at that point. So I literally needed Darby. Darby would have made it interesting. That was the match, actually, not the Hardys.
And then, so Kyle O'Reilly wins this, and then Thunder Rosa and Serena Deep had a great match. Had a really good match. Knew Thunder was going to win that. And then, boom, I'm done. I went to sleep because you had told me that I had won.
I called it,
and it was almost like in my head, I was like, okay, I can go to sleep and get ready for work now. Which is a shame because I really wanted to see the Anarchy of the Arena match. If I could just power through just a few more minutes, I would have been able to.
And I felt bad because I hate eliminating people because we have Mr. Purple on there, and I hate like doing the keeping the score than just being like eliminated. So I just continued.
I
But I
mean, he
loved
acknowledged that it was a slaughter. So,
But that just shows this. We were very nervous about AEW, but we can at least say we
always are. We always are nervous about AEW stuff. There's not a day that I look forward to an AEW pay-per-view doing this. And I will not look forward to when I have to defend this unless, of course, you win it back at Hell in a Cell. And
I feel like this is going to come down to some weird tie. I feel like this pay-per-view's got like tiebreaker written on.
Well, it's Monday Night Raw presents Hell in a Cell, essentially. So
I could already tell you that I don't even know. I'm probably taking
my matches picked already. It's all a matter of if SmackDown adds anything.
And what are we doing? Are we going to be doing it before our predictions, or are we waiting until after SmackDown?
There's like no chance I show up for a show this weekend unless, of course,
So we have to do it before.
Unless we do a Saturday night special. But I couldn't even give you a guaranteed time.
Yeah, no, we could do it Friday, and if anything needs to be changed, it can be modified.
The only thing I really see getting added is Usos versus Riddle and Shinsuke for the tag titles.
All right, so let's
we need to get into Raw because I don't even know if that's possible after their championship contenders match.
Yeah, so before we'll just breeze through Raw real quick before we wrap it up.
That'll be interesting because I also fell asleep. Well, didn't fall asleep. I chose to stream.
So I watch Raw while doing a bunch of video and editing work for the show and setting up the new intro and doing all these other things. And I kind of just had it on in the background. And I'm not gonna lie, as soon as Becky Lynch started off the show, I was instantly, and it's not, again, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but it's just when she comes out and then it's something I'm not interested in. In the show, I instantly start losing interest in it. I'm just like, I don't care about Becky Lynch right now and how she's a magician and a wizard, just like Jericho. And it's like, I know the finish of this match already. I don't know. It just was not for me. Where's Cody at? Where's the Cody countdown? Did that happen after? Was there a match? That was like the next thing, right?
What?
Didn't they have like the first 30-some minutes was like the promo and then the match between Asuka and... Wasn't that a match? Asuka and
the first one was
Bianca
Asuka versus Bianca, and then Ezekiel and the Mysterios versus KO and the Academy.
Oh, that's the
Cody
thing.
Rhodes promo, which I mean, we have to pay. We have to give. We have to pay. We have to give the appropriate attention to the Cody Rhodes Seth Rollins pull apart brawl. If there is one thing that the WWE does the best, it is pull apart brawls. Pull apart brawls, and this ranks up there with The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar and pull apart brawls.
He was very good, and my best friend Brian Alvarez loved it.
The best part about this pull apart brawl, two things. Number one, Kurt Axel as an agent, fucking fantastic.
Axelmania, baby.
There he is. Second thing, as Cody's heading to the back, and I wish I tweeted this because it was exactly how I was feeling at this very moment. Well, at that very moment at the time. I was thinking, I wonder if they're gonna have Cody just it'd be fucking hilarious if Cody just ran back from the entrance and just started attacking again. And I'm looking at Seth Rollins, he's got zoomed in, and in the background I see Cody just charging. I was like, yes, I fucking did it. Oh, that's gonna be so cool when he gets there. And he got there. It was so bad. This was up there with Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker. I fucking love this segment. If the show ended after this, it would have been fantastic. It did not, and they pulled all their heavy guns early in the show.
Dude, Raw
You
like
had
that.
Becky, you had Cody, Asuka, Miz. God, what else? You had Usos and Riddle, and then you had Liv. You had a contract signing. Like the fuck.
So Randy is out. Riddle is now tagging with Shinsuke, who is on SmackDown. None of this means anything anymore because a bunch of Raw stars are slated to be on SmackDown this Friday. Potentially, I think the brand split is no more. So did they win that match, or was there DQ? What happened with that?
Let's see. Jimmy got his team disqualified by using Riddle's scooter as a weapon.
That's how. Yes. So it looks.
That means that the original Bro and Nakamura will likely receive a title shot, possibly at Sunday's pay-per-view.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. So what's going on with? Has there been anything on Orton?
No, I haven't seen anything on Orton actually. I've just figured his storyline, and he's just taking a vacation.
So yeah, just to have a.
I think they're going to do their little Riddle and Reigns thing, and then they're going to do their Reigns and Orton thing. Here's what I think.
Oh, is Reigns on the pay-per-view? I'm sorry.
Not this weekend, no. Unless added this weekend or on Friday. What I'm thinking is Reigns and Riddle have their match at Money in the Bank. Reigns wins. Bloodline beats on Riddle. Orton returns. And RK Bro stands tall. That leads into Roman Reigns and Randy Orton for SummerSlam.
Yeah. That seems the way that this is going.
This is why I do universe mode on Twitch, because I know what the fuck.
It stretches out. Because I remember seeing a couple weeks ago they were saying like Riddle and Orton potentially are like, but that's how you do it. To stretch out this title reign with Reigns and bring it all the way until.
And then I'll do you one better. I think Sami Zayn calls Orton the title at SummerSlam, and you get Orton and Zayn at the Cardiff show, the UK show. Just cause.
No, yeah, honestly, that's
fucking cause, Toph. Just fucking cause.
No, I like that a lot. That makes sense.
Thank you.
Every time I see Sami Zayn in a Bloodline shirt, I just lose it still. I think it's great. Oh my god, and Shanky on SmackDown last week. I remember I was half shot in
right, yeah. He was dancing.
Jinder had they had a tag match, and then all of a sudden they go to the back and Shanky's just
Was that when you streamed the Rumbles on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is what I did. I did that 2 weeks prior.
Whoa.
See, I was on the Shanky train about months ago, but I did the Rumble thing like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden they're starting to change his character. He's starting to be funny, dancing. He's trying to bang Ricochet's girl. It's getting interesting now.
I don't think. Wait, who's Ricochet's girl?
The ring announcer chick that he was doing the dancing to. I don't know. It's not Joe.
I didn't know that was Ricochet's girl. Is that
that's a Twitter. Yeah, I found that out on Twitter. They date. Is it Kayla Braxton?
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
that's nice. That's adorable.
Shanky's doing
this. Now
too.
Ricochet has somebody else to put their finger in his butt. That's real good.
So Shanky's getting pushed to the moon soon. Madcap tweeted that he's coming back. No cap, no jokes.
It's no coincidence that you were on WWE TV multiple times during the pandemic and the Thunderdome dancing, and now they have Shanky dancing. So, I'm just saying.
What are they gonna do with Dude, is Madcap going to come out on Friday and not have suspenders anymore?
I hope so. I can't wait for that. I forgot about that, and you just reminded me about that. I hope that they have Riddick Moss come back. Riddick motherfucking Moss come back. That would be fucking fantastic.
Dude, what are we going to do about our Twitter handles?
I mean, yours still makes sense.
I just lost the title.
You have yeah, but you're still happy.
Yeah, I am. I'm surprised how I was not as angry as losing the title as I felt.
I wanted to film a reaction video, but A, I was way too tired, and B, you were so upbeat about it. I was like, what the fuck?
I was very relieved because just doing this, you usually do the update of scoring on Twitter.
There was no shot that was happening.
Yeah, so I was like,
I'll be better this weekend, I promise.
No, there's no. I was like, all right.
There's only 6 matches, so like I'm good.
It's like I'm ready to do this, but I don't know. Sometimes I texted you. I was like, yo, it's so weird. Like once the decision, like it was called, someone won. I was like, it was cool just watching the pay-per-view and just being like,
yeah. I mean, I wish I could have. Like as soon as you said that, I fell asleep. So I wish I could have enjoyed it, but
I was like, there was all this like. There's always like predictions and picks or whatever. It's always like it was cool just to like sit back and not really worry about anything. It was just like I lost, and instantly in my mind I already thought of like my promo tweet towards you. So I was like, I'm just gonna talk shit real quick, tweet it, and watch the rest of the pay-per-view. I was like, wait, we have to make predictions in less than a week.
So stupid.
Let me just and then I was like, see you in hell, bunch of fire emojis. I was like, and it made me happy.
Is Kane coming back?
Oh,
I see him. He's over there.
But yeah, I think we ran through mostly everything.
Everything important. I think we're good.
Only thing left we have to do is, which I'm gonna do this off the cuff.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
jaBROni of the week. Oh wow, he's got so many titles.
So many titles.
I'm gonna bring this back because this is a repeat offender. I'm bringing back. It's not a person specifically. It's more of a symbol. I saw. I made a comment on one of the video that went viral about Shane Husky. He does the post shows for Dynamite with the Bad Blood, Chemical Julian. They do the post shows on bodyslam.net. Great stuff. They did a watch along this past Sunday for Double or Nothing. But Shane popped in and commented or something. And then I commented saying, like, they're the people who do the greater than and less than signs. And we ignore those people and their posts and their comments. We don't talk to those people. And then right after I said that, my feed was getting, I just saw instantly a Double or Nothing poster greater than WrestleMania. And I was just like, what are we, like, what? Okay, here we go. So greater than and less than signs are getting jaBROni of the week again, because I then saw a bunch more following that. And it just, again, it goes back to, hey, I like making fun of both companies. They're both terrible in their own right.
That's what I said last week. They both suck.
Especially right now. There's a lot of bad things about them. I love it. I love wrestling. I love watching it. I love making fun of it. I love the moments. I love what I love, and that's what I will bring here always. But I love when these fucking people who think this pay-per-view was the greatest thing ever, and I'm not saying WrestleMania was better than Double or Nothing, but they just go like, look, greater than WrestleMania, their last big pay-per-view. It's just like, what are you, like, why are you making this comparison? And in my tweet, I said the Kenny to Roman, the Usos to the Bucks, like their own.
Usos would mop the floor with the Bucks. Knock it off. There's no comparison.
Like what you like, hate what you hate.
No, yeah.
Joke about what you joke about. But it's like when you make these, you come out and you just keep doing these greater than, you're equal to, I bet you failed algebra. I bet you failed calculus. I bet you failed pre-calc, AP calc, geometry, all of it. So don't all of a sudden hit shift, whatever, to do your little greater than and less than signs. Because honestly, you don't know what they mean. So let's calm down with it. Let's bring it back a little bit. Stop with your little use those for when you say the F word and you want to do like the pound sign, exclamation point. You want to edit yourself, a greater than sign in there. You want to censor yourself. Use those characters for that. Don't use it to compare companies because you look like a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, even though this is what this is meant for.
No.
What do you got? I mean, I can make fun of Fightful too, but I won't.
Oh God. First off, WrestleMania was better than Double or Nothing. Let's just get that out of the way, okay? Stone Cold came back for the first time in 19 years or whatever. Yeah, it's better. This is all. Just that alone is better.
Pat McAfee won a match, no big deal.
Pat McAfee won a match and then lost a match.
Cap was there, but again, we're not.
My jaBROni of the week will go to AEW / ROH owner, founder of AEW, sort of, Tony Khan. Because you don't know how to professionally hold a motherfucking press conference. And I'm not even going to get into it. Because I've done rants about you. Plenty of time. I feel like you were jaBROni of the year. I think, for me.
I think you did give him, because,
I think I gave him jaBROni of the year. And, well, you know what, bro? You're kind of... It's not looking good for 2022. All right?
What, Nikki Ash?
I feel like you need rehab in the worst possible way. Your football team sucks. I can't wait to destroy them this year.
Trevor.
I don't have much, bro. Not gonna lie. Just really don't like.
I mean, we saw a lot of it today.
You know, right?
We watched clips.
Yeah, you know, like if the proof is in the pudding, as they say. So I mean, there you go. And
Johnny Cena went to town.
No, hold up. You had
no. I don't need to do that.
Hold on. No, I caught it.
Saying, like, I'm sure the people who responded on that Twitter post that went viral disagree with me.
We should have done. I mean, we've been going long, but we could have went through that for 20. We could have done the whole episode with that.
Yeah.
Don't you ever play that clip before I cue you ever again. I will fucking end you.
You can play it now.
Cass sends me these dumbass producers, and then this is the shit that happens. Play that shit now.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
You won't have a job in wrestling media ever again. Oh shit! Hey, so we are back here, jaBROni of the week.
Don't be hard on Gus. All right, Gus is new. He's Pennsylvania's second most famous groundhog.
Hey, he's always wrong.
All right, he doesn't need us.
Yeah, we see this fucking shadow fat ass piece of shit.
Everyone, calm down.
All right, we're coming back Friday. We're gonna do our predictions for Hell in a Cell for the jaBROni World Championship, and then it's gonna come back here to its rightful owner. It's not going to Canada. It's coming several blocks away. That's all. It's so beautiful. I miss it so much. It's usually right here. What is happening?
Sophia tried to put it in a pool. Can you believe that?
Oh my God. I mean, it'd probably explode the shitty company with their stupid belt the way they designed it. They didn't give us a carrier case. They didn't engrave it properly. Undisputed. I won't say it.
It's just reflecting.
Yeah. Undisputed belt. I won't say it. But we need to revamp that. Cass, get us a new title. Now.
One day. If I am in possession of this in March, which is unlikely, we'll see what I can do.
It's the headliner title of bodyslam.net. Other people have started bringing their own titles on these other shows, and that's great. It's cute. It is cute.
We're like trendsetters.
I know. I think it's cute. I really do. But
why are they coming after us then?
That's the one right there. That over
that's
there. That's the one that matters. That's the one that means everything. Before we get out of here, we definitely have to play 2 more things before we get out of here. Definitely this. And I don't think we need to comment on anymore. I just think maybe we might randomly just keep playing this.
Yeah, I mean, it has to. We have to.
And then sooner or later, but let's go back in our little time machine here.
If you look at the problems, you asked me earlier about WCW, if you look at problems that led to possibly what the demise of WCW was, I think one of the major issues was that they had a very large roster with a lot of people making a lot of money, and a lot of those people were really good. If you were just to like try to chop down the WCW roster, you'd be making some like really tough decisions and say like, because there were so many people across the board that were really good, but you can't pay every talented person in the business $100,000. Your company will go under quick because you won't have enough revenue to offset what you're paying out. So you have to make smart decisions, and you can't hire every person you like, and you can't hire every person that you think is good, because there's a lot of really, really good talent.
Every time.
That was before the cocaine.
Did you say cocaine?
That was, you could tell that was before the cocaine. He was well groomed. Now he looks like a fucking homeless person doing a scrum.
We need to get that guy cocaine. He was describing his company.
He described everything about it. Honestly, I thought you were throwing the Madcap Corbin joke at me. I was ready for that.
I usually do. No,
Let's
before we get out of here, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago, a week after we already went with it. But one of the best moments when we went to go visit MLW, Micro. Hands in the fucking air, man.
Dude, I'm gonna scream.
Just like this, to show respect for the world's greatest wonder, MicroMan!
MicroMan! I fucking love this guy! MicroMan! You're a damn legend! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah, when he comes out and he points to,
I got fucking hype. All right, I got real fucking hype. I was still living off the hype of seeing Sandman look at me, but then Microman comes out and just fucking points at me. I was about to fucking lose that shit.
That's why I'm so hyped in the video, because as soon as he walks out, he points right to you, and I'm like, let's rock it. I'm like, Tony,
We made fucking eye contact. I was fucking jacked up about that.
I love Microman. I saw him enter the stadium the other day outside in like a sidecar of a motorcycle. He's my favorite wrestler. He's so good.
We'd like to thank Court Bauer and all of MLW for.
We can't wait to come back and see Gangrel 17 times and Microman
Back for your show.
All right.
Fucking Micro.
We are going to be back this Friday. Predictions Hell in a Cell. All bodyslam.net platforms. You can follow us on Twitter at jaBROnis Pod. The jaBROC will return. Not this week. Next Wednesday, our 4th episode, new time slot, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. live on Twitch. And then on Fridays, it'll be available on Spotify and the Body Slam YouTube and whatnot. So we're already getting bullied around here. Time slots.
Yeah, happens. Whatever.
But we're still going. We're not going anywhere.
Oh,
we're gonna talk OC. We're finishing all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have special guests coming up. We're gonna have some fun with that. One more time, give it up for your new jaBROni World Champion. And we'll be back Friday for predictions. Until then, jaBROnis out.
jaBROni, jaBRONI, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.